Good conduct has its good ending, and bad conduct has its bad ending. Welcome to chapter 10. No, welcome to section 10, rather, of chapter 11 of the Holy Quran. And chapter 10 begins with sign 110. And here we continue with the narrative on the prophet Moses, alayhi salam, peace be unto him. ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب فاختلف فيه فاختلف فيه. We certainly gave the book to Moses. We certainly gave the book to Moses. Oh. But differences arose therein. But differences arose therein. فاختلف فيه. ولولا كلمة ولولا كلمة سبقت من ربك لقضي بينهم. Had it not been that a word had gone forth before from the Lord, the matter would have been decided. There is commentary to that, decided. We'll go there after finishing the verse. لقضي بينهم وإنهم لفي شك منه مريب. وإنه لكم شك وإنهم لفي شك منه مريب. But they are in suspicious doubt concerning it. That's the book of Moses, Torah. Yes, Torah. Then another commentary to doubt concerning it. Let's go to the first one. Decided 1613. 1613. Compare chapter 10:19. Full stop. Previous revelations are not to be denied or dishonored because those who nominally go by them have corrupted and deprived them of spiritual value by their vain controversies and disputes. It was possible to settle such disputes under the flag, as it were, of the old revelations. But God's plan was to revive and rejuvenate his message through Islam, amongst a newer and younger people, unhampered by the burden of age-long prejudices. We go to note 1614 to the same sign. That's 110. So the commentary is twofold. Then here we are told to compare this sign with sign 1162. Viewers can go there in their leisure time. There is always in human affairs the conflict between old and the new, and hyphen, worn out system of old ancestors and the fresh living spring of God's inspiration, fitting in with new times and new surroundings. The advocates of the former look upon this latter not only with intellectual doubt but with moral suspicion, as did the people of the book upon Islam, with its fresh outlook and vigorous, realistic way of looking at things. We go to sign 111. وَإِنَّ كُلًّا لَمَّا لَيُوَفِّيَنَّهُمْ رَبُّكَ أَعْمَالَهُمْ, and, of surety, to all will your Lord pay back, into brackets, in full, the recompense of their deeds. Malahum, of their deeds. إنه بما يعملون خبير. إنهم بما يعلمون خبير, of their deeds. For he knoweth well all that they do. He knoweth well all that they do. That's commentary to that. 1615. Let's go there. 1615. Compare chapter 11, 109 above. 109, we've done that already. Oh, where is it? Yes. Compare chapter 11, 109 above. Yes, it's overleaf. Compare chapter 11, 109 above, with which the argument is now connected up by recalling the characteristic word payback. Payback is in inverted commas, double inverted commas, and also in brackets. And leading to the exhortation, in brackets again, in the verses following, brackets again, and leading to the exhortation to stand firm in the right path freshly revealed. We go to sign 112. فاستقم كما أمرت فاستقم كما أمرت ومن تاب معك ولا تطغوا ولا تطغوا. Therefore stand firm. In brackets, in straight path. Therefore stand firm in straight path, brackets close, as thou art commanded. Therefore stand firm as thou art commanded, comma, and dash. فلا تتقوا ولا تتقوا, as Lord commanded. ومن تاب معك ولا تتقوا, thou as thou art commanded, thou and those who with thee, ma'aka, taba, ma'aka, wala tadgu, and transgress not, wala tadgu, wala tadgau, and transgress not from the path, into brackets, from the path. Innahu bima ta'maluna basirun. Innahu bima ta'maluna basirun. For he sees well all that ye do. All that ye do. He sees well all that ye Well, here in the previous one, he say, in the previous verse, he said, Bima Habirun. Let's see. Here in the previous verse, he said, Bima Ya'malun Habirun. He's well acquainted with all that ye do. Knoweth well all that they do. Knoweth well all that they do. But that was in 111. But in 112, he says, Tamaluna Basirun. Bima Tamaluna Basirun. He sees. So 111, he says he knows well. He's well acquainted. Then in 112, he says he sees. He knows all. He knows and he sees. Let's go to commentary. No, 112 has no commentary. No. Let's go to 113. Therefore, Wala tarkanu ila allazina zalamu fatamaskum narun wama lakum min dunillahi min awliya'i thumma la tansarun. And incline not, but incline not, wala tarkanu, and incline not to those who do wrong. Wala tarkanu ila lazina zalamu, those who do wrong. Fatamaskum annaru, or the fire will touch you, Fatamaskum annarun, the fire will touch you. وَمَا لَكُمْ مِنْ دُونِ اللَّهِ مِنْ أَوْلِيَاءَ. And ye have no protectors other than God. وَلَا تُنْصَرُونَ. Nor shall ye be helped. وَلَا تُنْصَرُونَ. We go to 114. There's no commentary for that. I can't see any. We go to 114. Did we do commentary 115? Knoweth well all that ye do. Yes, we've done that. Now we go to 114. Sign 114. وأقم صلوات ترى في نار, and establish regular prayers at the two ends of the day. ترى النار وزلفا من ليلة. So ترى النار means at the two ends of the day. وزلفا من ليلة, and at the approaches of the night. At the approaches of the night. وزلفا من الليل. What does it say? إن الحسنات يذهبن. إن الحسنات يذهبن. إن حسنات يذهبن السيئات. For the things that are good, remove those that are evil. For the things that are good, remove those that are evil. Innal hasanati yashibna asayiati. Zalika, zalika zikra lizakrina. That is a reminder for the mindful. That is a reminder for the mindful. Zalika zikra li zakirin or li zakiran or li zakirin. That is a reminder for the mindful. Commentary to read twofold 1616 and 1617. Let's go to 1616. Oh my God, pardon me. The two ends of the day, morning and afternoon. So this is what the commentator is saying about the two ends of the day, morning and afternoon. That's the noon as the middle point, before noon and afternoon, morning and afternoon. The morning prayer is the Fajr, after the light is up, but before sunrise. We thus get up betimes and begin the day with the remembrance of God and of our duty to Him. The early afternoon prayer, Zuhur, is immediately after noon. We are in the midst of our daily life, and again, we remember God. There is no disagreement among scholars regarding which prayer is meant by one of these two ends of the day. There's no disagreement. They agree that it is Fajr prayer, which may be performed from dawn until a little before sunrise. Full stop. There is disagreement, however, regarding the prayer which ought to be performed at the other end of the day. It is said variously that the reference is to Asr or Maghrib prayer. So, while there is no dispute concerning the morning prayer, which is only one, Fajr, before sunrise, and there is disagreement as to regards the other end of noon, because we pray Zuhur anytime from 12, and then we pray Asr anytime from 3. And then also Maghrib is still at the other end of the day. So 3 prayers involved. So scholars are not in agreement as to which one the other end refers to, whether Zuhri or Asr or Maghrib. That's what this means. Then we go to the second commentary. There are in fact 3 for 114. 1617. Approaches of the night. Zulafan, plural. Zulfatun. Zulafun, plural. Zulfatun. The approaches of the night. An approach, comma, something near at hand. Full stop. As Arabic has, like Greek, a dual number distinct from the plural, and the plural number is used here, and not the dual, comma. It is reasonable to argue that at least 3 approaches of night are meant. The late afternoon prayer, that's Asr, can be one of these 3. And the evening prayer, Maghrib, just after sunset, can be the second. The early night prayer, Isha, at supper time, when the glow of sunset is disappearing, comma, would be the third of the approaches of the night. when we commit ourselves to God before sleep. These are the 5 canonical prayers of Islam. We go to we go still to 1618 to the same sign 114. Those things that are good, this commentary for that, those things that are good. In this text, the words refer primarily to prayers, but they include all good things, all good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. It is by them that we keep away everything that is evil, whether referring to the past, the present, or the future. And these 3 commentaries go for sign 114. We now go to sign 115. And what does it say? وَإِصْبَرُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. That's all for the verse. And be steadfast in patience, for verily God will not suffer the reward of the righteous to perish. We go to sign 116. فلو لا كان من القرون من قبلكم أولو البكية ينهون عن الفاسد. If only there had been of the generations before you, Kurunu min qablukum, Kuruni min qablukum, generations before you, men of righteousness, who prohibited men from mischief in the earth, and fasadi fil ardi, from mischief on earth, and fasadi fil ardi, illa kalilan mimma anjayna minhum, from mischief on earth or in the earth. But there were none, except a few. But there were none is in brackets, except a few, illa kalilan, among them. Illa kalilan mimma anjayna minhum, except a few among them whom we saved from harm, mimma najayna, or mimma anjayna minhum, whom we saved from harm, into brackets, from harm. And there's a comment to read, 16220. Zalamu ma utrifu fihi wa kanu mushrimin. But the wrongdoers pursued the enjoyment of the good things of life which were given them, and persisted in sin. مما أنجيناه منهم واتبع الذين ظلموا I didn't read it well. واتبع الذين ظلموا ما أترفوا فيه وكانوا مجرمين. But the wrongdoers pursued the enjoyment of the things. اتبعوا الذين ظلموا pursued the enjoyment of the good things of life which were given them and persisted in sin. الذين ظلموا ما أترفوا فيه وكانوا مجرمين and persisted in sin. Two commentaries, if I'm right, yes, two commentaries, 1619 and 1620. Let's go to 1619. Backyard, we read it. Backyard, some virtue or faculty that stands assault, and is lasting. Some virtue or faculty that stands assault, and is lasting. Semicolon. Balanced good sense that stands firm to virtue and is not dazzled by the lusts and pleasures of this world, and is not deterred by fear from boldly condemning wrong if it was fashionable or customary, full stop. It is leaders possessed of such character that can save a nation from disaster or perdition. The scarcity of such leaders, and the rejection of the few who stood out, brought ruin among the nations whose example has already been set out to us as a warning. In chapter 1186, the word has a more literal meaning. The word has a more literal meaning. That's 1186. You can read in English. That which is left you by God is best for you, if ye but believed. But I am not set over you to keep watch. In 1186, the word has a more literal meaning. Okay, let's go to 1620, to the same sign. That's 116. 1620. The exceptional men of fame of firm value would have been destroyed by the wicked to whom they were an offense, but they not, had they not, had they not been saved by the grace and mercy of God, full stop. Or perhaps, but for such grace, they might themselves have succumbed to the evil around them, or been overwhelmed in the general calamity. We go to the next sign, and that is sign 117. That is sign Let's see. That is sign 117. وما كان ربك ليهلك القرى بالظلم بالظلم. Uh, Nor would thy Lord be the one to destroy the towns unjustly. بالظلم unjustly. وأهلها مصلحون. To destroy the towns unjustly while their people are righteous. وأهلها مصلحون. صلحة. Nor would thy Lord be the one to destroy the towns unjustly while their people are righteous. So when the people are righteous, God doesn't destroy them. If he does, that will be unjust, or that will be injustice. Pardon. Okay, 16:21. There are different shades of interpretation for this verse. According to Beidawi, Zulmin here means a single wrong. Zulmin here means a single wrong in double inverted commas. A single wrong is in double inverted commas. Full stop. He thinks that the wrong referred to is shirk. Thinks that the wrong referred to is shirk. Shirk, I believe shirk is like, you know, making partners with God. That's my understanding of it. Creating partners with God. Okay. Well, there are people are righteous. We go to Psalm 118. ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة or أمة واحدة. If thy Lord had so willed, he would have made mankind one people. أمة واحدة. No, but they will not cease to differ. But they will not cease to differ. Yes. Wala zana luna molefina. Wala yazaluna mukhtalifina. But they will not cease to differ. Indeed, take one single ethnic group in the world or anywhere, any part of the world. If that ethnic group were to made to live alone, no other ethnic group within them, they will still have differences. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. We go to 1622 to Psalm 118. 1622. Compare chapter 10, 19. All mankind might have been one, but in God's plan, man has to have a certain measure of free will. And this made difference inevitable. Full stop. This would not have mattered if all had honestly sought God, but selfishness and moral wrong came in, and people's disputations became fixed up with hatred, jealousy, and sin, except in the case of those who accepted God's grace, which saved them. Full stop. The object of their creation was to raise them up spiritually by God's grace. Full stop. But if they would choose the path of evil and fall into sin, God, God's decree must be fulfilled, and the justice and his justice will take its course. Full stop. In the course of that justice, hell will be filled with men and jinns, which is the murder of those who go astray, which is the murder of those who go astray. We go to sign 119. Illa man rahima rabuka, illa man rahima rabuka, except those on whom thou hast bestowed his mercy. والذين halakahum, and for this did he create them. Sorry, walizalika halakakum, sorry, walizalika halakakum, and for this did he create them. Walizalika halakakum, watammat kalimatuhu, watammat kalimatu rabuka, watammat kalimatu rabuka, la amla anna jahannama min jinnatin min al-jinnati wan annas, wa amla anna jahannama min al-jinnati wan nas, and fill hell. Let's see. And the word of the word shall fulfill. I will fill hell, and I will fill hell with jinns and men all together. La amla anna jahannama min jinnatin wan nas, jami'an ajma'in. So not jami'an, ajma'in, wa la amla anna jahannama min al-jinnati wan nas ajma'in. And the word of the Lord shall be fulfilled. I will fill hell with jinns and men all together. I will fill hell with jinns and men all together. 1623. 1623. Compare chapter 7, verse 18, and chapter 7, verse 179. Or chapter 7, sign 18, and chapter 7, verse 179. Viewers can go there in their leisure time. If Satan and his evil soldiers, tempt men from the path of rectitude, the responsibility of the tempted who choose the path of evil is no less than that of the tempters, and they will both be involved in punishment together. So the tempted and the tempters will both be in hell together. They will both be involved in punishment altogether. Let's go to sign 120. وَكُلًّا نَكَسُوا عَلَيْكَ مِنَ الْأَنْبَاءِ الرُّسُلِ ما 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 نثبت به ما نثبت به فؤادك ما نثبت به فؤادك. All that we relate to thee of the stories of the messengers we make firm by heart. وكلا نقص عليك من الأنباء رسلا ما نثبت بها فوادك. Make firm thy heart. Let me take it in English again. All that we relate to thee of the stories of the messengers with it we make them thy heart. We make them thy heart. For what be for wadaka بها وجاءك في هذه الحق وجاءك في هذه الحق. To thee the truth, thy heart. In them there cometh to thee the truth. In them there cometh to thee the truth. Al-Haq. وجاءك في هذه الحق. The truth, as well as exhortation and message of remembrance to those who believe. Al-Haq. وموئزة وذكرى للمؤمنين where is it? وموئزة وموئزة وذكرى للمؤمنين. An exhortation and a message of remembrance to those who believe. وموئزة exhortation. وموئزة exhortation and message للمؤمنين to those who believe. 1624. The stories of the prophets in the Quran are not mere narratives or histories. They involve three things. 1, they teach the highest spiritual truth. 2, they give advice. They give advice, direction, and warning as to how we should govern our lives. They give advice, direction, and warning as to how we should govern our lives. And 3, they awaken our conscience and recall to us the working of God's law in human affairs. Full stop. The story of Joseph in the next surah is an illustration in point, which you are yet to go to. It's an illustration in point. But we haven't finished with Hud yet. With Surah Al-Hud yet. We go to 121. Kul lillazina la yuminu la yuzna wallazina للذين يؤمنون لا يؤمنون أما لا يؤمنون اعملوا على مكانتكم إنا عاملون. Say to those who do not believe, in inverted commas now, do whatever you can. We do our part. Do whatever you can. We do our part. كل الذين لا يؤمنون اعملوا على ما مكانتكم إنا عاملون. We do our part. That's common to read 164a. And it's here. Compare 9:3. Compare Surah 11:93 and sign 51, sign 51, VI, full stop, 135, note 957, note 957. We've done it already. The word that we can will, no, the worst that we can will, the worst that ye can will not defeat God's plan. The worst that ye can will not defeat God's plan. And as for us who believe, our obvious duty is to do our part as taught to us by God's revelation. That's 1624 to sign 121. We now go to sign 122. And what does this say? It's a short sentence. وَإِن تَزْرُوا إِنَّا مُنْتَزِرُونَ. وَإِن تَزْرُوا إِنَّا مُنْتَزِرُونَ. And wait ye, we too shall wait. إِنَّا مُنْتَزِرِينَ. إِنَّا مُنْتَزِرُونَ. And wait ye, وَإِن تَزْرُوا إِنَّا مُنْتَزِرِينَ. We too shall wait. 1625. Compare chapter 1193, note 1595, and chapter 10, 102, note 1484. Viewers, you can go there. If the wicked only wait, they will see God's plan unfolds. You see God's plan unfolds itself. As for those who believe, they are glad to wait in perfect confidence, because they know that God is good and merciful, as well as just and true. Good and merciful, just and true. Good and merciful, just and true. We go to sign 123, which happens to be the last sign of Surah Al-Hud and of section 10. وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. وَلِلَّهِ غَيْبُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. وَإِلَيْهِ يَرْجِعُ الْأَمْرُ كُلُّهُ. To God do it belong the unseen, into brackets, secrets, the unseen secrets of the heavens and the earth. Gable, Samawati, wal Ardi, wa ilayhi yurja'un. And to him goeth back every affair, into bracket, for decision. And to him goeth back every affair, for decision. Wallahi wal ardi wa ilayhi yarja'u al amr كله فاعبدوه وتوكل عليه. So worship him. So worship him. فاعبدوا وإليه يرجعون. Oh, where is it? وإليه يرجعون. Sorry, وإليه يرجع الأمر كله فاعبدوه وتوكل عليه. Sorry for bad reading. And to him goeth back every affair for decision. So worship him and put thy trust in him. وتوكل عليه. Put thy trust on him. Put thy trust on him. وما ربك بغافل أما تعملون. وما ربك بغافل أما تعملون. And put thy trust in him, and thy Lord is not unmindful of aught that ye do. Is not unlawful of aught that ye do. وما ربك بغافل أما تعملون. And that is, let's go to Surah 1626. We've done 1625. Did we do it? 1625. Okay. If the wicked only wait, they will see how God's plans unfold itself. As for those who believe, they are glad to wait in perfect confidence because they know that God is good and merciful as well as just and true. We did it. Sorry. Now we go to 126. 1626 to sign 123. Compare chapter 2, sign 210. Compare chapter 2, sign 210. There is nothing secret or open in our world or in creation. Nothing secret or open. Which does not depend ultimately on God's will or plan. Full stop. Every affair goes back to him for decision. Therefore, we must worship him and trust him. Full stop. Worship implies many things, e.g., 1. Trying to understand his nature and his will. Trying to understand his nature and his will. Then 2. Realizing his goodness. Realizing his goodness and glory. Realizing his goodness and glory. And he's working in us. And he's working and glory. And he's working in us. Semicolon. As a means to this end. As a means to this end. 3. Keeping him in contrast remembrance. Keeping him in constant remembrance and celebrating his praise, to whom all praise is due. These are the various meanings of worshiping God. And 4, completely identifying our will with his. Completely identifying our will with his, which means obedience to his law and service to him and his creatures in all sincerity. That's the end of sign 123 of section 10 of Surah An-Nur of the Holy Quran. When we come, we start a fresh chapter, which is chapter 12, the surah devoted to unity, God willing. And like we did before, we shall start with the introduction before we go to the main verses. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Au revoir. May God be with you all.